Good morning, good evening, good afternoon for some of you. This is Grand Madam with the Saturday Morning Vibe. Now, I have selected the card from the Daily Guidance for you for today, and that card is number 26. And this is the card of the elemental. What this card is saying is get out there into the elements, get into nature. And when we get into nature, basically what we're doing, we're helping things grow, and we're also grounding ourselves and discharging any negative energies that we don't need, grounding into the earth. Now, if it's cold outside like it is here where you are, find some house plants to work on. Get your hands in that soil. Ground. Okay? Because whenever a card for grounding pops up, that tells me you're going through a whirlwind of change, if not changes. Okay? So, to meet those changes, you're going to have to be strong. And to be strong, the first thing you're going to have to do is get rid of your negative energy so you can see clearly. Get rid of the cloud in your head. Get rid of the feelings that you don't need, the sorrows, the sadnesses, the frustrations, and the anger. Ground yourself in the soil. Okay, get those hands in that soil, or go out and stand on the grass. And even if there is no grass, even if it's snow on the ground, then go out there and make a snowball. Play around in it for about 15 minutes, then come back in. Okay? But the purpose of this card, the message of this card, is basically telling you to get into nature at once. Now, I pulled out the Dark Goddess deck to see what we had to get rid of. But even the Dark Goddess deck came out positive. The Goddess Maeve sends you the message of determination. So, endure, stay focused, use your will to get what you want, and go for it and sustain. Okay? The Goddess Pandora has a message of curiosity. If something interests you, look into it. If something doesn't feel right, look into it. Use your curiosity as the gift that it is. Don't worry about it killing the cat. In real life, of course, you might find out something you don't want to know, but you needed to know this. And in the same token, what you discover might trigger something. Here's a message from the goddess Kiradwin. It might trigger an inspiration to do something very special for yourself, or very special for the world. It all starts with curiosity. So using your curiosity, your determination, and your inspiration, that sounds like somebody's going to come up with something good we all can benefit from, that we all may need to heal with, or just learn from. So go for it, please. And if it's a book, please send me a free copy, autographed. If it's a song, I do want to hear it. If it's a play, I'd like to see it. Whatever you're doing, do it with full will and determination. And let your curiosity run free and be inspired. Now, from the Abundance deck, I pulled out 3 messages. One is the message of declutter. We had that last weekend. It's house cleaning time. It's heart cleaning time. It's mind cleaning time. It says you'll feel better and more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspaces. And I must add your mind, your heart, your body. Get rid of what you don't need. Your social circle. Donate what you can that can help others who may need your time, your items, Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well, especially because we're getting ready to hit at Mercury in retrograde again. That starts on the 17th, and we don't want to be bumping into old stuff that we should have thrown out a long time ago. Because what that Mercury in retrograde is going to be, and I'm thinking it might be in Pisces. It's either going to be in Pisces or Aquarius. Either way, if it's in Aquarius, it's going to probably be going back to, it's having something to do with groups, being involved in groups, speaking with groups, getting rid of certain people out the group, or getting rid of the groups. If it's in Pisces, then we're going to be doing a lot of visiting to La La Land. And we're really going to be dealing with delusions, illusions, and fantasies. Fantasies can be fun, but not when they take over 24 hours of our life. Okay? So declutter. Also, here's the message again. These two messages have come up. All three of these messages have come up before, and I think it came up last week. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself. If you can't pay yourself 10%, pay yourself 1%. Before you pay any bills, pay yourself. This increases your value. So busy worried about a credit score. How about your own personal score? That's important too. And release any resentments about money. Yeah, I'll read it to you. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting. That's the stock market going up and down. But the key with that is find something more stable if that bothers you. Because the stock market, are you ready for this? I have witnessed how the stock market goes up and down according to the emotions, the feelings of the populace. I kid you not. Read the newspapers, watch the stock market. When the stock market goes up, go on New York Times online and see what the headlines are. When the stock market goes down, watch the New York Times again. It is just so obvious. My question is do I really want to put my money there? I don't know. Yes, I do know. The answer is no. Got to find some more solid investments than that. But if you're young, if you're 20 something and you can handle that kind of stress, go for it. If you don't mind losing money, sometimes you have to lose money to make money. I'm not in that position or mindset anymore because I'm not 20. But if you can handle it, go for it. And now, here, the energy deck. Rest and rejuvenation is upside down. It's reversed. The next card is attachment. And two cards popped up after that. Okay. And the final card here from the energy deck is the third chakra of Shamuel. And I'm going to read it like this. Your self-esteem has been shattered. That's why the Archangel Chamuel is coming to you. Call on Chamuel to help you. You've been drained, and you've been drained because of an attachment. Now, some of you have been drained because of a thinking woman, and some of you are the thinking woman. Either way, you're anxious. You're definitely not resting, and you've got to put your situation to rest. And I hate to say this about another human being, but my loves, you're going to have to detach and declutter from that person, okay? From that person. The thinking woman, I don't like to call out signs like, well, I do, but I don't. Because it could really be any sign. I'm going to read to you the description of the thinking woman from the Energy Oracle deck. And you know I have to throw my 2 cents in there anyway. So, because basically, when you're reading cards, if you didn't write the manual, you're going to have to go by what you know. Okay? The Thinking Woman. This card shows a woman holding a book standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. This woman could be a friend who helps you express and understand your feelings. Or she could be a teacher. Put her over here. Sorry. Who was brought to your life at this time when it's time for you to take in a new direction. This could also be a new love interest who is thoughtful, conscious, and aware. Or, like the thinking man, the card could represent a side of yourself that's ready to blossom and bring clarity and assistance to your world. If so, you can find your voice and let your wisdom shine. The affirmation: I open my mind and heart to my own inner wisdom. I am thoughtful, focused, and clear. All right, that's what the book says. Now, let me tell you something. This and this don't work. Someone has become attached to a thinking woman. Now, the thinking woman, like the book said, could be a teacher, a philosopher, could be all kinds of good things. But the thinking book also said this person came into your life to teach you something. This person, this thinking woman, could also have come into your life to teach you a life lesson about attachment. And that lesson could do you damn near in. Because the lesson of attachment is that either you're trying to drain her energy or she's going to drain yours. And that you're going to have to detach if you want to stay healthy. Okay? It is not good to attach yourself to anyone, because what you're doing is you're attaching yourselves to their lives. You're attaching like a vampire when a vampire sinks their fangs into their victims. So, I'm not saying the thinking woman is a bad person. I'm saying it's time to break that attachment, because you're not supposed to be attached to anyone or anything. And with an attachment, this thinking woman very easily could become the worst person in the world for you or the best person in the world for you. It all depends on you. And right now, many of you are suffering with self-esteem issues, which is what attachment is all about. It's codependency. You have got to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet and live your own life. Okay? This is for all you thinking women out there, and this is for all you folks involved with a thinking woman. Be she mother, teacher, lover, sister, whoever. You have to detach. You cannot stay attached because you're not living your own life. Okay? You're not living your own life. And Spirit just said something about a wife. A wife. Okay? That's not said. Spirit doesn't want anybody to leave their wife because they want to be detached. Don't try Spirit, y'all. Spirit don't like that, and Spirit will get you. Okay? So you want to leave your wife. You want to detach from your wife. It's not because, well, that's on you. Okay? That's your affair. That's your business. But I get a very strong, oh, there goes my head. Oh, my God. Someone's head has gotten swole. That's how we say when we were kids. When someone has accomplished something, great things, and they have arrived to a higher position, oh my God, I feel it in my head. My head feels like it's about to explode. It feels like it's expanding. So that tells me someone's hearing my message of attachment, detachment from the thinking woman, and they think because they have arrived to their higher position now that they want someone else who is better than what they had at home. And what you're doing, my friend, is basically saying that your spouse, who helped build you up and kept you sustained for you to get that position, who kept the worries down, who ran and managed the household, they're not good enough for you anymore. I just want to make that clear. So, if you detach from this person, it might turn out better for the person that you've left. But do not use me or my messages as an excuse to do what you already have been thinking about doing. Moving right along. That karma is yours, not mine. And we skip over here to the romance angels. For those of you who've just come out of a bittersweet romance, affair, marriage, the cards are saying it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. But you know what? Every time I read this message, I feel self-love. Because the highest energy of all that comes to you does not come from another person. It comes from, just call it as it is. It comes from God, Goddess, all there is. Or whatever deity you have access to. When you get into your meditation and your yoga or your qigong or whatever you do for spiritual development, and you open your hands, that's a position of receiving. Well, loves, guess what you're receiving? That's love. That's what keeps you going. So yes, it is under this situation, it is safe for you to love like that. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. This is my blah, blah, blah confession. Or, good morning, God Goddess. Or, Mama Oshun, I need to feel love this morning. Thank you. Don't you feel that in here? And for some of us, it comes straight on down from the top of the head, all through the bottom of your feet. That's the love it is safe to love. It is safe for you to love. Because you know good and doggone well you can't love that person that just dragged you through the mud and put you through the ringer. You can't trust them. How can you love them? And if you think you love them, that just means you're attached to them. Codependency. If you think you can't get along without them, that's codependency. Not love. That is attachment. And that is not healthy. So, when the romance angels, okay, for this reading coming from Grand Madam, when I see open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, you talking about God. The next card, ask for and accept support from others. Let your friends help you. For me, it can be your friends, your immediate little circle. It can also be, this is also the card of the counselor. This is the card of your mentors. Let your friends help you. Now, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. But before you do any of that, you have got to open your heart to the universe, to source, to the God Goddess, whatever you have access to, whatever deity you have access to. If you don't believe in the deities, like go to source, go to the universe. And then when you have that meeting, that invite to discuss things, once you have done this, opened your heart to source, I'll call it source, it's safer that way, or to the universe, you will be filled 100+% of self-love. So that when you have that meeting, you can give and receive from a position of your own personal power. So you will not be negotiating from a point of need. Okay? Something to keep in mind. Yes, and of course, you can let your friends help you. If the situation was so bad you had to go to couples counseling, that is something they're going to teach you to do. Okay? And that's the read for this Saturday morning, February the 7th, I do believe it is. Is it the 7th? Can't see. Yep, it's still the 7th. That means it's time for me to get the breakfast on, get the coffee ready, and from this point on, before I start cleaning anything, I'm going to sit down and enjoy my westerns. This is Grand Madam. I hope you have a great day today. Love you.